Training's been a bit different the last few weeks.
It has been different when you're looking back on how we typically train. We started off with almost 20 weeks to race day, and we don't need 20 weeks to build swim, bike, run. So we were thinking, let's take this opportunity to really work in some strength and core. Now, in our typical builds, we do some strength and core, but not to the extent that we are right now. And my body's feeling it. It's a good feeling though.
Before the season started, we really didn't have any plans. We didn't know how exactly things were gonna work out. It all really hinged on us getting the World Championship slot for New Zealand at the race in Chattanooga, but we didn't have anything on paper from that point. And once we got that slot, I think everything else fell into place. We were able to add a race in Ohio because we like to get 3 or 4 half Ironmans on the calendar each year. And by doing the race in Ohio and then nothing else until New Zealand, yeah, that gives us a lot of runway to the World Championship, and it almost feels like it's giving us an extra season of triathlon. And we decided, why don't we just completely flip the script? Let's take the entire month of August and let's focus on strength training, and then when we get to September, we'll be stronger, more resilient, and then we will really focus on 13-week build into the World Championship.
We're in the gym 5 days a week. Monday, Wednesday is upper, Tuesday, Thursday is lower, and then on Saturday, it's kind of a hybrid of both. At the beginning of every session, we always make a point to do mobility and core. So every time we're in the gym, it's mobility and core. On upper body days, once we're done with our core and mobility, we then start on our supersets. When I'm doing one workout, Tiffany's doing the other, and then we rotate through for 3 sets. First up is bench press and shoulder rotations. We do the shoulder rotations with either a band or a stick, depending on whatever is available at the time. Once we're done with that set, we head over to the seated bench for overhead press. Once we're done with the overhead press, we go directly into shoulder shrugs. While one is doing that, the other is doing upright rows with an easy bar or straight bar. After that, we have bicep curls and reverse flies. And then finally, we do tricep kickbacks. On the lower body days, we don't do supersets, but we do start off with squats, followed by single leg squats, and then step-ups, single leg step-ups. Once we're done with those 3 movements, we will go over to the leg extension and leg curl machines. Once we're done with those, one of us will head over to the calf raise machine while one of us stays with the leg curl machine. And then we'll do single leg curls. And let me tell you, I can tell the difference between my left leg and my right leg, and that just tells me that we need to keep in the gym and keep working, because obviously there's gains to be made.
We're not just lifting light weights. We are lifting heavy. We're also working in mobility, doing some band work, and that is the primary focus of what we are doing for 5 weeks. And then we still have the swim, bike, run, but that's really ancillary. That's just to keep the body moving, keep, things familiar as far as what we do with swim, bike, run. Not really a lot of intensity, not a lot of volume, but we have so much foundation built up that we started back in late December that neither one of us are worried about being ready and prepared, but we will be stronger when we start this next block of training. And it's a little bit of an experiment, but it's worth it, and I think it'll be fun. And I like to see the results and progress and see how it goes once we get into the really serious, hardcore swim, bike, run training in a month.
I don't think we ever did more than one day a week for lower body workout, because running, swim, bike, run was our priority, and we didn't want our legs to feel so trashed when we were doing our runs. And so we were always a little timid about doing too much lower body work, but that is not the case right now, and it's going to pay off big once it does come time to put in that swim, bike, run work.
Another thing that we're doing is also including single leg work, because this sport is such a single leg dominated sport. Whether you're pedaling on the bike or whether you're running, you know, you're gonna be putting in the effort with one leg versus another leg and then just repeating through that. So we wanna make sure that each leg is strong on its own, but together they are strong and working those little muscles and getting those muscles that we didn't even know we had, we're starting to realize actually exist again.
The first week of this, you know, we were doing 3 sets, but after the second set, I'm like, you know what, I think I might be good. And that was when we were doing single leg step-ups and single leg squats. And boy, let me tell you, I've got little muscles in my legs I didn't even know we had.
I also love to hate the single leg squats. Those are tough, but I tell you what, it helps with working on stability and balance, and I can also see changes in my legs from doing those single leg squats. So I might like to do those in front of the mirror just to kind of see the results as they've come along over the few weeks. But I'm with you, the first couple of times that we did those in the rotation, I couldn't get to the third set, and now we're doing, we started with 3 sets of 6, and we could only do 2 sets of 6, and now we're doing 3 sets of 8, and probably soon we'll be doing 3 sets of 10.
We're doing core every day, and that's something that we have never done. And you know, they say a strong, stable core is what helps you in all 3 aspects of swim, bike, run. So just that alone is gonna help us.
Strength and core hasn't been our focus because we've always been in season, and like we're doing now, strength is the focus, but in the middle of a triathlon season, swim, bike, and run is the focus, and it should be. So because we flipped the script now, we can do those things and we can stay committed to them. And of course, when we do get back into the triathlon-focused training, then we'll revert back to the strength and core being more ancillary, not as intense, not as often, but we'll still do that because we both like getting in the gym. Makes you feel good and makes you look good.
Right? Now, Tiffany was just mentioning the other day, I've got a certain pair of shorts that I like to wear, and she's like, I don't know if your quads can get much bigger before you may have to switch out of those shorts, so I'll take that as a compliment.
You're about to start looking like a Olympic track cyclist.
Those tree trunks, no. We're 17 weeks out from New Zealand, and we can't wait to share our journey with you. So you better crush that subscribe button so you can follow along.